What's going on, everyone? We are back with another video, and for today's video we are doing the 5-star proficiency challenge for the perimeter centric system type. I'm looking at the list of players. We got a lot of 4 and 3.5 star players. This might have the most 3.5 star players. There's actually a ridiculous amount of people that fit this system type. But as far as 5 and 4.5 stars, they again are going to be those top players. Only guys we could probably trade for are Kemba Walker and Chris Paul for sure, possibly Kyrie. Everybody else is going to be untouchable. For the 4.5 stars, it looks like everybody besides like Anthony Davis and Luka we will be able to trade for. So again, for this system type, big men are not going to be great in this system. The only really big men are Giannis and Anthony Davis. Outside of that, there's no power forwards or centers in those top two. So I really don't even think I right now I can say that it will be impossible to do this unless there's a center like Joel Embiid, Bam Adebayo, who if we were to move to power forward, they would become a 4.5 star quality player. But without knowing that right now, it's easy to say that this is going to be impossible, as the only big men are Giannis and Anthony Davis, and there's no chance of us getting both of them. And unless we get a very, very high draft pick, we're not going to get either one of them. So let's get into the draft though, and we don't have a top 5 pick, so we're 100% not going to get either of those players. But we do still get a pretty nice pick. Looking at the 5 stars, oh my gosh, bro, all those untouchable players have already been picked. Bro, we just missed out. Like, oh my gosh, if we had a top 10 pick, we would have been fine with this. But let's see, Paul George is 4.5. Kyrie Irving's 5 stars, so we're probably gonna go with Kyrie. Actually, Cat, I have no idea where Cat is. Oh, he's 3.5. I thought he would have been 4.5 for sure. Jimmy Butler is not great in the system. Klay Thompson's 4.5. Trae Young is 4.5 probably. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell 4.5. Yeah. So okay, yeah. Right now it's easy. We're gonna go with Kyrie. Kyrie possibly is untouchable a lot of the time. So that was a really easy decision. Now we got Kemba Walker. Another 5 star. We have to go with Kemba here just because he is a 5 star. Hopefully, if we move him to shooting guard or Kyrie to shooting guard, they will be 5 star. But possibly not. That could have been a bad decision actually. As far as this, 4.5 stars. John Wall. Oh my gosh, we can't go with another point guard though, can we? Maybe we just got our guards down. I mean, I'm just gonna go with John Wall, hopefully. I mean, he could be our backup. I mean, assuming Kemba going to shooting guard isn't at least 4.5 stars, we'd have him as a backup. Now we're just probably gonna go with centers because they're gonna have the best trade values when we move them to power forwards. So yeah, so we have 3 of our players, possibly only 2 of our players, honestly. We got Cody Zeller here. Yeah, we're just gonna send the rest of the draft. It doesn't matter at this point. All right, so Kyrie Irving as a shooting guard is still 5 star. Kemba went down to 4.5 stars, so we're gonna have Kemba be our starting point guard and Kyrie be our starting shooting guard. John Wall can back up point guard, I guess. I don't really care too much about that. And yeah, the rest of the team needs to be changed. Maybe Tristan Thompson stays on the team. Probably not, but he's 3.5 stars, so maybe. Since most of the big men are 3.5. All right, so I just tossed DeAndre Jordan in the trade finder, and we can get Devin Booker, who he's only 3.5 stars, so he could be our backup shooting guard though, because our backup positions don't necessarily matter at all when trying to go for a 5-star system. It only depends on your starting lineup, but he could we are back up, or we can trade him away for someone good, because we are gonna try and go for Klay Thompson. We are gonna try and go for Paul George. And yeah, I really don't know what to do here. All right, the Magic are rebuilding. They have Bam Adebayo. We got Mitchell Robinson here. Let's go for a first-round pick. 2 first. Could we put in another player actually first? Kevin Knox, two stars, 2 first. I probably should have taken one of the first out, but yeah, every center here, the best centers are only 4 stars, and it's him, Joel Embiid, who's untouchable, so we can't even trade for him. Anthony Davis is 4.5 stars. We could probably move him to center and he'd stay as a 4.5 star, but he's gonna be untouchable. Same with Giannis. Derek Favors is actually 4 stars, so we'll probably go for him. Jokic wasn't untouchable, but he was only 3.5 stars, so there's no point trading for him, since, you know, he's not going to be our starting center. Of course, he maybe as a power forward, he'd probably still be 3.5. But we got Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam is 4 stars. Jason Tatum is 4 stars. I'll probably go for Pascal. I feel like I've had Jason Tatum on multiple of these teams. I know I had him on yesterday's. So I think I'm going to trade for Pascal Siakam. Just easier to trade for than Jason Tatum. Actually, there's Brandon Clark's available, and he's really easy to trade for, and he's 4 stars. So I think I'll go with Brandon Clark. All right, we're going to toss some Cody Zeller. They like what they have so far, but what if we just give you like a Garrison Matthews is 1 star? If we can get like a guy who has some okay trade value, Dorian Finney-Smith. Let's try 2 seconds. Another second, and another second. Oh man, I was trying to fleece them without having to give up a first round pick, but I will give up a first round pick now. And 3 seconds. Okay, cool. We have Brandon Clark on the team. Coach game plan. We need our small forward now, which I think has to be Paul George. I think I'm gonna end up trading Devin Booker. Because I'm looking at the shooting guards. We can get like a Derek White who's 4 stars. Dennis Schroeder, Jamal Murray, Con Sexton. All those guys are not too difficult to trade for. Jamal Murray, kind of. Even Victor Oladipo, Jaylen Brown, Will Barton. They're all like 4 stars, and they can play like the shooting guard, small forward positions. So I don't even think we need Devin Booker. I think we can trade him for Paul George for our starting small forward position. All right, we are back once again. We have Devin Booker. We have Valanciunas. We have a very good first round pick right here. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's move Paul George to the small forward position. Maybe he does go up to 5 stars, but even then it wouldn't get us our 5-star proficiency. System proficiency. So Paul George did go up to 5 stars. We do have Kemba, Kyrie, but just because of I mean, we already know, yeah, we weren't gonna be able to do it. 4 stars is probably the best we're gonna get. Even if we had a top 5 draft pick, I don't even know if we could have, because that would have all depended on if Kyrie was going to be untouchable. I guess we could have gotten Chris Paul, but we would have needed a shooting guard, and if Chris Paul wasn't 5 stars as a shooting guard, then that wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, anyway, unless we were to have gotten Giannis or Anthony Davis. Well, actually, both. Yeah, this challenge is impossible. I can tell you right now, this challenge is impossible. You would have had to be able to draft 2 untouchable players, Giannis and Anthony Davis. Hope that Anthony Davis, when moved to center, goes up to a 5-star proficiency in perimeter centric, because he's only 4.5 stars as a power forward. So assuming he would have been 5 stars, then you would have also had to have been able to trade for Kyrie Irving. And wait, John Wall is in the starting lineup. He's only 4.5 stars. So I have to turn starter off for him real fast. Move Kemba to the starting lineup, and maybe it does go up to 4.5, because we'll have 3 5 stars now. And no, it's still 4 stars. Even though we have 3 5 stars and then 2 4 stars. But if we were able to draft Anthony Davis or Giannis, and assuming we would have been able to trade for Kyrie Irving, which is kind of unlikely, just because a lot of times he is untouchable. We would have been able to at least get 4.5 stars, but there's no way we could have gotten 5 stars in this challenge. There's because yeah, we legit couldn't unless we had 2 top 5 picks and could have gotten Giannis and Anthony Davis. So yeah, right, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's finish the challenge though. What do we need? We have our backup point guard, and that's it. Okay, that was just good to know. All right, we're gonna trade for Victor Oladipo, make him a small forward, because there's someone else I want to run for the shooting guard. Hopefully he stays 4 stars, right? He's 4 stars. Yeah, he's 4 stars. System proficiency. Oh, he's 4.5 stars as a small forward, so that's actually really lit. All right, we're gonna try and trade for CJ McCollum. He is 4.5 stars. Him and Donovan Mitchell are, you know, the only. I mean, Klay Thompson too, but Klay Thompson's gonna be too hard to trade for. CJ's gonna be a lot easier, so we're just gonna go with him. We do have Julius Randle here. We do have Clint Capella. We do have to get a player back, so just give us your worst player. You're not interested, but they would do this. That's fine by me. What type? The Rockets are who I'm making this trade with. Let me go to the Rockets and see what's up with them. They are buying. They do have LeBron. They have Capella now. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know if we have the assets to trade for Pascal right now, but we're gonna try. We got, who was that? Cody Zeller or something. Ian Mahinmi and Damian Jones. We're gonna take your worst player back. Who's that dude? Then we're gonna give you that pick, and this pick. Oh my god, that was just like a long shot. And Pascal can actually start over Brandon Clark because they are both 4 stars, so that is fine by me. And now we just need our backup center, who is probably just gonna be like Derek Favors, because he's 4 stars. He's the last 4-star center that we can trade for. We won't be able to get Joel Embiid. He's untouchable, and there are no other centers. So we're gonna trade for Derek Favors. You know, I never thought I would just, you know, openly trade for Derek Favors, but Chris Boucher, Jeff Green, goodbye. The only time I really trade for Derek Favors is when I want to move him to a power forward to trade him for someone else. But yeah, this is the best team we're gonna get, I guess. These guys are all 5 stars. Again, the only upgrades we could have made from these 2 4 stars are Anthony Davis and Giannis. Since we couldn't do that, this is what we're gonna get. Off the bench, we got CJ, John Wall, VO, Brandon Clark, Derek Favors. I mean, you guys can see we were able to. All of our top guys are, you know, guards and wings, and it's our 2 power forwards, and there are 2 centers. I mean, that's just how it is. Using a perimeter centric. What's the positive? Creates mismatches in favor of stretch bigs. Okay. I don't know how Karl-Anthony Towns isn't better than a 3.5 star in this system. I just don't. Quick means more shots for perimeter players. That's Karl-Anthony Towns too. Both of those. Increased spacing for pick and roll attacks. Okay, I guess that's Joel Embiid. I don't really know how much Cat plays in the pick and roll. Typically poor defensively against bigs. Often punished on the glass due to size and lack of drives. Produces fewer free throw attempts. Okay. This is Derek Favors. Is he just running the pick and roll, I guess? I'm assuming since, you know, he can't shoot. But yeah, that's what we got. We failed the challenge. I mean, we didn't really fail the challenge because it was literally an impossible challenge. But let's see how good this team does. I do think this is definitely going to be one of our worst teams. Not necessarily they're bad. They're obviously a really good team. Like, this is a very, very good lineup still. But bench-wise, you know, I didn't really care as much about this bench just because, you know, it's just, the team's kind of whatever. If we couldn't complete the challenge, it's just like, all right, so the team went 62-20. I'm pretty sure that's our worst record. I mean, 62-20 is still really good. Yeah, first in the league, 76ers, we are looking for all NBA players. We still don't have anybody. We almost never get anybody. Paul George didn't even make a defensive team, which he usually does. That's crazy. Andre Drummond making all defensive first team is the biggest joke about 2K. It's unbelievable, but standings. Yeah, in these sims, no teams really do that well. I mean, it's really just us and everybody else. Point differential 13.5. That's pretty crazy. Who the Pistons get where they're really good? They have John Morant, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Steven Adams. We gave them Robin Lopez. I don't know who we got back, but season stats are looking like this: Kyrie 20, Paul George 19, Pascal 15, John Wall 14, and CJ 13.5 rebounds. You know, Bam doing his thing, and then everybody else. Assists: Kyrie, John Wall, fantastic playmaking. Bam Adebayo, Paul George, CJ, Kemba, all really, really nice. Field goal percentages look really nice. Oh my God, Kyrie. Oh my gosh, Kemba, not 50, 40, 90. A little disappointed there, but Kyrie, 54, 45, and 91 almost. That's actually an insane stat line. Paul George almost 54 and 90 also. Let's get to simming these playoffs. I mean, this doesn't really matter. We're 100% winning. And yo, this is the team we took Paul George from. We gave him Devin Booker and Valanciunas. This team, which is kind of deep, I guess. You know, you got a lot of guys off the bench who are solid. Better than this team. Our fourth guy is as good as their first guy overall was. Oh, technically our fifth guy, because if there wasn't chemistry or whatever is the reason for him going down one, he'd be an 87 also. 2K is literally the worst game ever. It's unbelievably terrible. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, bro. This game is shit.